Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mindfulness Beyond the Mind. I am your host, Keneilwe Maake, and here at home, we always make time to deep dive into self-awareness, healing, spirituality, and also finding a balance in life. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever wondered what happens when faith, rhythm, and style collide? I mean, there's something there, man. There's really something explosive that happens. And today, that's why we will be diving into the connecting the dots, and Keneilwe Maake is here to help us with that, to help us understand what does it feel like, really, a life of a musician combining faith and also style. So, Keneilwe, welcome to Mindfulness Beyond the Mind podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for making the time to be here. I know you're very busy, especially, at this season of your lives.
Yeah, I know. I need that busyness in my life.
You do. All of us do need that business.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, actually, I've been checking out your stories, and you did a good job. I remember you told me about this idea sometime 2 years back, last year.
Yeah, 2 years back.
We were supposed to start it together, but the distance.
Yeah, and I kept saying, bro, move closer.
Yeah, you see, that's good.
Yeah.
Move on. Don't allow people to hold you back.
100%. They will catch up.
But congrats, man. This is
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
I think it's going to transform a lot of people's lives. Not even this podcast, but like all the podcasts that you already dropped.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, just a little bit of an introduction for our guest for today. K-Beat is professionally known. He's a talented South African musician who's currently based in Pretoria. His music career goes back to 2008, where he started off as a drummer and a pianist in a gospel industry while pursuing his career, a degree with the University of South Africa. He's a creative and a marketing genius. Whose passion for rhythm has taken him across borders of South Africa. And as his passion grew, Keneilwe decided to transition full-time into the entertainment industry, and where he fully focused on his passions, drumming. He's been all over, if I can put it that way. He's been on television shows.
Yeah, almost. We're getting there.
Yeah, you've been on television shows.
I mean, I've been on your podcast.
You know what I mean? You're here now.
Going places.
And then
I'm
you
going
performed
places.
also at concerts across our country. And you then also performed at the Cassper Nyovest Philip FMB.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando.
So you've been everywhere, literally.
Oh, yeah. Not really everywhere, but I've been places.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because all of these places I've been to, it's because of drums.
Yeah.
Like, I've never actually left the country or visited another province. Except like, your home.
Yeah.
From Northwest,
Yeah.
Limpopo. Those ones you can easily drive. Like, I'm in Gauteng, but you can easily drive to Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
But like, just anywhere literally, and go and sleep over there and stay there for like a few days. It has been through music. Yeah.
So music is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
Really big part.
Actually, yeah.
But beyond music, you're also a model for student stuff where you're blending your passion. I mean, we can see you already. Your passion with your artistic expression. So music is overspilling into other parts of your life, and you're carrying it with you. It's embedded somehow in you. It follows you, or rather, the creative space is following you throughout.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And also, outside of music and fashion, your faith plays a big part into who you are.
100%.
And it has helped you to remain grounded, to never lose the mark, to always know your purpose in life. And I admire you for that. So wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening from, please buckle up, because we're going to have a thoughtful conversation, and it's going to leave you enlightened and wanting more of this nuggets that we're going to share. So thank you for being there.
That intro, when they introduce pastors in church, I don't know if you've ever been like in a church setup, like conference, Passover conferences, it'll be like, our next speaker, and then they start dishing out all his
bio.
I feel like he just did that. Only in this case, they don't get to respond, so they're just like chilling there, like, now, ladies and gentlemen, up on stage, we got Israel Adesanya, MMA. Okay, that's MMA stuff. So. I mean, you already said a mouthful.
Yeah.
But I can start with that intro just to say, my name is Keneilwe, like you did say. Most people know me, a lot of people call me K-Beat.
Yeah.
Because of like what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And some people in the corporate, they call me Kia. A lot of ladies call me Kia, but now everybody calls me, hey Kia. And I'm like, ish. So I never know today am I KB, because people call me KB, Kia, and K-Beat.
Yeah.
So if you call me KB, I'm like, oh, okay, then you know me from this. Yeah, if you call me KB, it's either from my neighborhood, because when I grew up in Northwest, born in Mafikeng, grew up in Rustenburg, primary school, like whole primary life. And then when I started high school, I came to Gauteng, Pretoria.
Yeah.
So people couldn't pronounce my name, which is weird, because I mean, Pretoria, they mix languages.
Yes.
There should be, since your tongue mixes stuff, you should be able to pronounce
languages.
So it was Kiarabit, but they would be like Kiabetu. I'm like, okay, dude, look, KB. We already have Karabo. I'm like, Kiarabit, Karabo, same thing.
Yeah.
KB. Okay, so a lot of people started calling me KB because I played a lot of soccer. I was like, I'm still good.
Oh.
Yeah. Left wing. Actually, I kick with both my legs. So from my soccer team, they'll be like, hey, KB. So, I was famous with that name. And then now moving into the music industry, still I found like people who couldn't pronounce, even worse, because they're Zulu.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, K-Beat. Because I just added the EAT because I like to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You missed it. You missed it. I'm kidding. Okay, I mean KB, at the EAT.
Wait, but for real though, is that how you came up with K-Beat?
I mean, it's drums, and then I needed a unique name. I think everybody in the industry, they have their own stage name.
Yeah.
So yeah, K-Beat. I don't know any K-Beat around. So I was like, okay, I play drums, K-Beat. So yeah, going back to music, growing up in Rustenburg, I was playing piano at a small church. So in that church, there weren't like really drums until like later on, when I don't know if somebody sponsored or what, but you get these things like through conferences when somebody comes and they're like, oh yeah, I can actually play drums, and they teach a few group. So it didn't really like intrigue me then until I moved to Gauteng, when I had like a full band. Like I'm talking about bass guitar, and everything, and I'm like, wow, so there's this thing, because where I'm from, it's just keyboard, press the beat. If the drum is available, they play, but they play like the same beat.
Yeah.
So that's when how I got into drums though, it's embarrassing, but I won't mention the guy's name. In church, when you've done something and you're part of a worship team, they're like, ish, listen, man. So this person like impregnated one lady in the same team. So they said, hey man, just they need them to sit down for a second. But there was the drummer, and I was like,
what are we gonna do without a drummer?
So I just like taught myself. Yeah.
So you
I feel like it was always in me. I don't know how it happened. Every self-taught drummer, they start off like soft. You're trying to figure out left or right. So that's how it started. And the other guy who was playing keyboard, he could play drums. He saw the passion, the potential. And he just said, yeah, man, let me like push you further. His name is Prince, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you're self-taught.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I think a few drummers, not even in SA, all over, they are self-taught.
Self-taught.
It's as if it's something that's just in you, So yeah.
And I'm guessing drumming is not an easy thing. It's there's a different technique with the very, you're using both legs and at the same time.
But it's fun. It's fun. Like if it's in you, it's easy. But if you at the same time, I can teach somebody who doesn't know. I always say if you can count, you can play. So we use numbers. Before we teach you how to read and go deeper into. But if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, I can teach you how to play, man. It's that easy. Yeah.
Wow. Well, if you're listening and you want to learn how to play, there's your guy. But it doesn't come free, bro. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Comes at a cost.
Just 25.
FYI.
I mean, taxes just went up now, so.
And we gotta eat. We've gotta eat. Yeah. Well, I had prepared icebreakers so that I can ease you in. But I mean, you look very chilled. I don't even know if I should do the icebreakers or.
You're making me shy. I'm still shy.
But I'm gonna do it.
Let's
anyway.
go. Shoot. Let's hear.
The first one is, I know with drummers you need to have stamina. Ne?
Yeah, 100%.
And would you say your workouts with gym influenced by the stamina that you need, or you have a different fitness goal with your workout?
Okay. It does kind of help, especially when it comes to stamina, but it's all about practice, because you still find bigger than me. They don't work out, but they can handle like a 3-hour show or a couple of gigs in one night. But at the end, they feel like really washed out, because you're like, it's like almost like cardio. I don't know if, like, because lately when I practice, I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if it's because of I've been working out or what, but like I realized that, this is cardio. So stamina definitely helps when it comes to stamina, but at the end, you still need to practice. You know? So yeah.
Okay. And then number 2, you are modeling for student stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I have to ask you.
Okay.
Your outfits. Do you have a go-to outfit when you want to feel a certain way? Or all of your outfits are just amazing? Or do you have like that go-to outfit?
Fam, like, actually we were talking about this earlier on.
Yeah.
My go-to outfit is black. Anybody who knows me, I'm
literally black.
I'm wearing a cap, faced backwards, glasses, black everywhere. That's me. But today, because I've seen your podcast before, I'm like, I want to blend. You know, hey, you looking good. You know what I mean? So in terms of outfits, I only pick outfits if or when there's an event. Yeah, that's the only time. I mean, on a normal day, catch me with black.
Yeah, all the time. Okay. So in your life, if your life, this one is around music.
Okay.
If your life had a soundtrack, what song would you play every time you walked into a room?
Future bass. Okay, let me just say EDM, electro dance music.
Okay.
I mean, that's what people play at the gym.
Yeah.
It has that futuristic sound, and I don't know, it always takes you somewhere emotionally. So
anything that
has to do with EDM, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, now I know. Whenever I see you, I'm gonna be like, hey Siri.
But a lot of people don't listen to EDM in SA, hey?
Whenever I see you, we'll do it for you. We'll do it for you.
Hey,
after
Siri,
this session, we're jamming to one of those songs.
Yeah, cool. Listen to Martin Garrix and all, yeah.
So are you ready for us to?
I can show them if you ask again.
Wow.
Oh,
Siri.
you called Siri?
Wow, Siri.
Don't worry, Siri. Don't worry.
Anyways.
Forget about it.
So, are you ready for us to jump into the conversation?
I thought we started already.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So how did your childhood growing up, how did music and faith intertwine?
Okay, for me, I grew up in a Christian family, so it wasn't really difficult for me to pursue anything, because I had a very supportive dad.
Yeah.
Still, I have he's still alive, so I don't know why I said I had. I still have a supportive dad. He's, my dad has always believed in, if you have a gift, run with that.
Yeah.
And that's what he preached. I don't know if I should say we PKs or not, because he was an elder at church and he has so many books.
Yeah.
But he's always been that in our lives for me and my siblings.
Yeah.
He preached a lot of faith into our lives, believing, if you have a vision, go with that.
Yeah.
So even when I was like, hey, I want to go, I'm playing soccer, I was that kid who always had the latest soccer boots.
Yeah.
They know, bro. They know total 90. They saw it because, I had it.
You had it. Thanks, Dad.
So that's how supportive he was. When I went into music, I remember where we lived, you needed to take a taxi to the mall, and it was like 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So with the public transport, that's like an hour. So he give me money to go buy drumsticks, And not only my dad, even my mom, when she saw that, okay, it's his thing, I can't talk him out of it. Because she's like, hey, man, you need to study first something, and then you as backup. Just like any other parents.
Yeah.
With music, they'll be like, or any creative thing, they'll be like, hey, at least have backup, man. Doctor and an accountant. Yeah, something.
I know.
But yeah, he played that huge role. And I think as a father, as a man in the house, that just gives you confidence.
Yeah. Just as a follow-up question, do you think there was ever a time where, because your mom really wanted you to have a base, something to fall back on should music not work out, or anything in the entertainment industry doesn't go according to plan? Do you think she was vocal enough to you to say, listen, this first, and then that you'll see it later once you have acquired?
I see. She... Okay, because my dad is like the head of the house. I don't know. There's some like sort of authority that comes with men when you like listen to them, and you're like, okay, like if your husband or whoever says or shows you your uncle or say, hey, don't worry, man, you can do this, you'll be fine, and like their advice versus like a female, it's but with my mom wanting me to do marketing, it helped me now because I ended up studying marketing. And I mean, it's something that I jumped back on later on when I felt that, okay, things are a little bit quiet on the creative side. So like, okay, cool. And marketing as well, it's now that I see, like I grew up and understood, it's also been like a passion, something that's inside of me already. That's why you find people who are like, he's a marketing genius. Like Cassper is a marketing genius.
True.
Did he go to school? No, for that, no. But it's inside of him.
Yeah.
I remember when he promoted one of the concerts, one of the fill-ups, he misspelled stadium. Twitter chowed him like, yo, he can't. He said he didn't finish school. That's why he needs to go to school. After 2 days, 3 days, like, yo, thank you for the marketing. It was trending.
It was trending.
Thank you for letting people know. So yeah, it was in me. So with her, she didn't have to like feel like I'm not being listened to or anything, but she also played a huge role.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and today you're using your marketing education.
I am, hey.
Yeah. So you're doubling in both creative plus marketing. Amazing. Thank you, Mom, for pushing him to study. And coming from a family where you're the only son, and you're the second born, eh? Yeah. How did your upbringing influence your love for music and your overall career? Because I don't think we have many women who are into drumming.
Oh, yeah.
And you're the only boy, and your siblings watching how your parents were pushing you to say, follow your passion. How did that influence everything for you?
Like I mentioned earlier on, it was very easy because not only I didn't get the support from me, but even my younger sister, my older sister, my sister, she's like always been good with netball.
True.
She got the support after school practice and stuff. She got the support. It's more like, oh, so you want to go this direction? Okay, cool. Let's go. They support. So anything that I put my mind to, it was never crushed down. To say, of course, my mom tried to convince me to say, okay, at least have both. She didn't say, no, stop this. She said, at least have both. Like, she got me thinking to say, think about it, Clay. But in terms of them saying, nah, you cannot.
You cannot,
they never did that. So it was just easy for me to put my mind into something and go and run with that.
Okay, amazing. I love it when family supports you into the things that you really want to pursue. And not just because you're like, I don't want to go to school, I'll sit. They're like pushing you to say, no, do it, we have your back, but also do what we think would be good for you.
Throw in an advice there, because if we had it our way, I don't think we'd be here today. I mean, sometimes they have to like really,
tweak something in us. Then when we think about faith, then you did say that you grew up in a Christian family. For as long as I knew you've always been that straight, like following the book. And I think that's what drew me to you the first time we met. And I was like, this guy is very Straight.
bruh.
You go to Grace Ministries?
Grace Kingdom Community Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in PTA. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that, your role in the church, and how did you come about being there, and how long have you been in that church?
So, about the church or about the faith and music?
Faith
Or
and
both?
music in the church.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay. So with church, that one is something that I grew up in. So in Mokwase, I'm from Mokwase, Rustenburg. So we had a church every Sunday. We go there. Even when I moved the site, the first thing we look for, hey, we need to go fellowship somewhere, because I think that's important to like feed your spirit. I know there are a lot of people who do it differently, to say, no, this is what I do for. But for us as a family, we believe that fellowship, sharing the word together, being in a place,
community,
in that place, in that space, it's a good thing. So any church I went to, because I went to 2 churches, there was Faith Restoration. That's where I discovered like where I really started playing.
drums.
And while my family was going to Grace, so I went to Faith Restoration because it was near where we stayed, and it was before like we got a car and stuff, so it was easy for me to just walk there, instead of taking a taxi. And when taxis are they're stressful, man. That is stressful.
Did you see that video where the guy was driving in reverse on oncoming?
Dude, like
and I'm just thinking,
pray, like, yo, Lord, I want to come back today. Like, please.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just like the idea of always going, taking a cab. Yeah. So I helped out at Faith Restoration. And even when we got to Grace, we were also there. So I think for me, my entire family, we always served when we were in the church. And in terms of faith, how that built my faith, dude, like, you remember we used to travel together?
Yeah.
I was working 9 to 5.
Yes. There at Renberg.
Fendeo, in Renberg. And you're also working in Renberg.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I left the job to go pursue music.
Yeah.
And I would lie, but that company really shaped me up, man. I'll promote them one day. But they really, like, they gave me all the experience that I needed.
That you needed, yeah.
I'm who I am today because of that company in when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
But I was in one of Cassper's shows, Fill Up the Dome. It was the first fill up he did. And I remember I was in a concert and I'm like, bro, I wanna play for this guy. I'm gonna play for this guy.
Yeah.
I was with my friend Khaisang and Rishoketsu, who's my wife.
Your wife.
Yeah. I was still trying to score some points there. So I took her to Fill Up the Dome. I mean, where else? That's the only party in South Africa where it was happening. And I mean, everybody was enjoying, but for me, I was like, I saw myself. It felt
You wanted
right
to be
that,
at stage.
no, it just felt right that, no, man, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be like in the crowd. I have to be there
on the stage.
Yeah, And I was like, you know what? Next year I'm gonna be on that stage. Okay, when you talk, when you talk in dreams, nobody listens. So what I did, my last salary where I worked, I think I was earning 6,000. And then I spoke to a music store called Rising Sound Music. They gave me a drum kit worth 12K for like 5,000. I mean, they were good people.
Yeah.
And so I bought a drum kit and I started rehearsing Cassper Nyovest's tracks. That's all I like
ever
eat,
did.
sleep,
Yeah.
eat. And I was like, because the whole point was to play for him, to shoot a video so that he can see
He can see you, yeah.
Right. So I pushed that. Oh, also my friend Jay Makopo, he pushed me. He was like, dude, I see a lot of drummers pushing, and me knowing you, hey man, you better than these guys. Come on. I was like, dude. He's like, dude, okay, just shoot one video.
Yeah.
So I shot the first video, and then it was, second video, it was Cooking in the Kitchen, one of his tracks from his album. And he saw it.
Nice.
Send his producers like, yo, get this guy,
Nice.
And I got a phone call. Hey, it was Ali Key's call. It's like, hey, Ali, yeah, boy. I said, yeah. Hey, man, you play nice. I think you should meet him. He's a vibe. Like Ali, anybody who knows Ali, he brings in the energy.
The energy.
It's like a big brother to a lot of people. So he's like, I'm Cassper Nyovest, this producer, and we want you to play on the next fill up. Right, I think I dropped my phone and I went crazy.
You were like, what? Wait,
Yeah,
pinch me.
And this was like 5-7 months before the concert. So oh yeah, I was excited, sharp. Hey, I'm gonna play Philip Orlando. But now because it was like 7 months before, it was silent in between, and I was like, hey,
is it happening?
Sometimes I send a message, hey, big bro, how are you, man?
Is everything okay?
I don't even ask. I'm just like, hey, how are you, man? Hey, I saw you guys performing. Hey, I could have been there killing the job. You just try that. And he'll ignore, he just blue tick. He was just blue tick. I'm like, hey, this guy can't did a Joburg thing. I don't know what's up with you guys in Joburg. You just blue tick people.
Wow.
But yeah. But I believed it when they started a WhatsApp group.
And then they
fill up
added
band.
you.
And I was like, ooh.
It's happening.
It's happening, bro. It's happening. So that's how. But in that process of silence, I still like continued practicing because he dropped a few singles, a couple of singles, and before the main concert, he dropped another album. So I made sure I was up to date with every track, like So that was just faith because I prepared for something that like didn't exist, So, but I saw it in here, and I just kept on going. I kept on going until it actually happened, and I was on that stage,
Amazing.
So, lastly, talking about faith, I wanted to play for Java, and then I took the same concept. I was already like touring with another artist, Amanda Black, but I took the same concept because I'm like, I love this guy's music because I feel like I can express myself more
in it,
than the genre that I'm currently on tour with.
Yeah.
Because some genres, you can express yourself, but they really limit you.
In terms of,
because it's about the music, the audience, what they need to hear. It must match the same as on the record.
Yeah.
But with Java's music, there was something about it. I'm like, man, I feel like I can express. So anyway, this is what happened. We're in PE. He was the main act. He was supposed to perform at 12 a.m. So he gets to the hotel. He's angry at the reception. He's busy checking in. He's busy complaining to his manager. No, man, this company, how can they bring me here with just the DJ? He's complaining.
And you're like,
So I asked Mel. He was road manager for both the artist at that time. He's, wait, what's he complaining about? It's like, bro, they didn't bring his band. I'm like, yo, bro, tell him I can play for him. I know all his tracks. He goes, Mel, hey, bro, this guy can play for you, man. He knows how to play drums. Yeah, but it's just the DJ. I'm like, no, Lil Wayne actually performs with a DJ and a drummer. He looks at me like, oh, yeah? You sure you know all my tracks? Yeah, he's with that high husky voice. I can't imitate him. I'm like, yeah. He's like, no, bad. It's cool. We'll make it happen. And then I think after 10 minutes, after he was checked in, asked me to pull up. We went through the song list. Hey, bro, that night he gave me 2 solos, bro, on stage. What? Yeah, it was crazy. And from there, he gave me a call to join the band because he's been trying to form a new band. And I joined it with other great musicians.
But I didn't know that you played for Java as well.
I toured with him. I really toured with Java, and I was between Amanda and Java.
Yeah.
I was really juggling between them. But
see what I mean when I say you've been places. Not only the podcast, but you've been places.
Yeah, so that's how faith really has been in my life.
Yeah.
Everything that I do has just always been faith. I don't wait to see it. I already see it. I see the vision,
and you work on it.
Yeah, I mean, for some people, it's let me see it, I believe. For me, I believe before seeing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Amazing. Which brings me to our next question, and it speaks about the fruit of the spirit.
Okay.
And I want to pose to you to say, which season are you at right now, and which fruit of the spirit you identify with most right now?
All right. Okay, for those who don't know about the fruits of the spirit,
educate us.
I'm not gonna educate you guys, but I'm gonna give you
a scripture.
I'm gonna give you a task.
Okay.
Just go and read the whole of Galatians 5.
Today.
And then you get to understand the whole concept when he talks about the fruits of the spirit and the fruits, the evil spirits.
Yes.
Evil fruits, of course. There are bad fruits.
Yeah, there are bad fruits.
Okay.
You need to chop them up.
But just to cut the whole thing short, just go take your Bible, Galatians 5, and read the entire chapter. And then, But in terms of what season I'm in right now, I don't know, because I still say I still roll with faith.
Yeah.
But with me now being married, I have to practice a lot of patience. Like like patience is one of the things that I never thought I'd find myself in. But in terms of like the season, I can't really say because my personality, like generally just kind, friendly, gentle.
Yeah.
I'm a bubbly person. I love jokes, man.
Yeah,
I'm always
a lot.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't think I've seen you mad. I don't think I have.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So, but actually, no. Yeah, I'm in a season right now.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, I'm in a season where I really need peace because of there's so much going on.
Yeah.
That firstly, I've learned to be content with what I have.
I love
We've learned to be content with a lot of things. To say, hey, pause.
Yeah.
You actually have this bottle of water, bro. What?
What are you looking for?
You know, there's somebody who's chilling out there and there's not even $20 or 100 rands coming in the house. So I've learned to be like content, and with that it has like really given me a lot of peace because I remember I had this conversation with my dad to say, hey man, hey, this life this side is moving quickly, it's moving fast. I feel like I need to be here, but I'm here. You know, it's always that feeling. I think everybody experiences that when, especially if you had a dream or an idea or a vision in you, locked up in you for a very long time, and you're like, this thing is not coming out. And I see this person moving, I see this person succeeding.
But me, I'm just
but it feels like
stationary.
So yeah, I thought I couldn't answer that question, but now that I think about it, yeah, I'm in a season of peace. When we look at all the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love that for you. I love that you're saying there's a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
And if you look at what the other person is accomplishing or doing, then
it
you
does
still from your peace and you'll never be content in that.
Yeah.
I love how
Nah,
you
true
put it.
that, man.
I love it. And then music is often a form of worship.
Yeah.
Right? And it's also a spiritual connection.
Mhm.
Right? Do you think that drumming is an extension of God's hand through you? Or do you see that in isolation when you think about it?
Yeah, man, I think it's his extension in my life because like when I was going to primary school, we used to, suitcases. We carried these suitcases, and sometimes they would steal those those things on top
to close.
to close. So a few people had those suitcases. So on our way back, so when you're in a bus, we took like buses. So at the back of the bus, when you stamp with your heel, it gives you like a nice bass sound.
Yeah, and then
so we liked playing on the suitcases, singing on our way back home, and we would sing like I remember Mosquito used to drop like tracks, and we'd like play on our suitcases with our hands, and then stamp on the bus with our heels.
Yeah.
But what bothered me every time when I did that with my heel, I'm like, but no, how am I gonna play drums with my toes?
Yeah.
With like the top part of my ankle. And that time I've never seen anybody play drums, but there was a thought that was in me to say, but how am I gonna play this? And nobody said, hey, you're gonna play drums. Hey, there's an instrument called drums. But I mean, something you see on TV. But like I always ask myself to say, no man, I shouldn't be kicking with my heel. I need to be, but we're in a bar. So there was a conversation
that you were having internally
as like grade 5.
Yeah.
So later on, I realized that nah, man, this is like something that's been in me because I remember a couple of shows that we did. There was this guy in Kimberley that's the biggest highlight who came to me is like, dude, I've been here the whole night listening to artists, and when you played, I don't know, something broke in me, and he was like something broke in me, and you're my favorite drummer. I don't know that guy. I took his numbers, and he's like, look, man, there's another drummer in Kimberley. I want you to like link up with him. And so now I was chatting with 2 people. This guy, he was backstage. I met him. I forgot his name, and then he linked me up with this guy. So now we were always chatting whenever I had gigs in Kimberley. Hey, I'm coming. Yeah, And then the drummer who he linked me up with, I remember one day he posted how people do when they post pictures, RIP, and it was of that guy who he linked me up with. I like,
oh God.
Now I hit him up like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, car accident. Bro, I remember I was alone. I was crying. Like, I met that guy once because he couldn't make it to the other gigs. But like, I felt like there was just a connection from what he said off stage about being touched by like drums. And I was like, yeah, man, I didn't know if that's like something that could. But I also see it with other musicians, like just to name like a few, like Sabu. A lot of people know Sabu in the gospel scene, and even though they don't know how to play drums, but they can tell you when he hits those tones, they're like, there's something that moves in them. And yeah, I'd say, just to answer your question, it is an extension of God.
God's hand.
Yeah, it's just the same way as any other genre. When you listen to hip hop, all of a sudden you feel like, I need to.
Something is moving.
You see these gangsters listening to rap music,
and going in hard.
and then now they go steal or something, but they need to like feed their spirit with. Not that I'm saying rap music, but there's some like gangster rap.
Yeah.
There's some people who play different genres to set the atmosphere. That's
true.
There are other people who play another type of genre to like get in a good mood.
True.
So those emotions, like music touching your soul, it's a clear sign that it is spiritual.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, I'm sorry, but what happened to
oh yeah, the guy, man, it was a long time. I just remembered now as we're talking, because I was like,
it's that story indeed.
Yeah.
That story indeed. So you've played at I think we've touched on this, but we're gonna speak about it.
Okay.
You've played at one of the biggest stages in South Africa. You were touring with Amanda Black, and there's a video of you of the FIFA World Cup promotional video. And you also played at Cassper Nyovest, Philip FMB.
Yeah, Philip Orlando. Yeah, Philip Orlando.
What was it like performing for? How many people were there at Cassper Nyovest?
Philip Orlando, I think, is it 40,000 or more? I don't remember, but I think around that. That was the biggest crowd I've ever played with. I wish I could, with the skills that I have now,
Go back. Yeah.
To say, hey, this is the new K beat now. I got some new stuff for you in front of the same crowd. But it was amazing, man. Like, when the first track starts, because it was my first time playing in front of a huge crowd like that.
Yeah.
When they scream, when Cassper walks in, that energy, like, it's like a wind coming, hitting your face, like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
And in that atmosphere, in that like moment, you need to really stay calm, remember your lines, remember your parts and everything. But it was amazing, fam. Like being on big stages, it's addictive.
It is.
Like, I think that's why you see artists, they go crazy if they don't get gigs. Some of them. But like being on stage, like living a part of you, being on stage.
Yeah.
Man, I don't care who you are, even if you've been gigging for like 20 years or whatever, it doesn't get old.
It doesn't.
Yeah. It was like somebody fed me like a little bit of drugs. Now I was addicted to like being on stage. It was really amazing with the experience. And also with other artists, with the other artists, it was the same thing, because it's like you cook this music, you cook this in a small room, and then it touches so many people. And then when they sing that back to you, and you get to be the supporting artist behind the kit or whatever keyboard, fam, you cannot explain it.
I'm sure. I mean, think about it as the crowd. We're going crazy.
Fam.
You are watching all of us. At the time, we can see everyone around us. We're looking at you on stage. So I'm sure the experience from you watching everything there
it's just amazing.
On another level. Yeah. And then the FIFA World Cup video, tell me about that.
With that. So, okay, I just moved back to SA, and my agency is like, hey, there's a gig, here's an audition. Because I did like a couple of auditions, because I was trying to catch up, after COVID, because I moved back after COVID.
Yeah.
A lot of people had grouped themselves. And I get it, because it was so hard to bounce back with the same group of people, say, hey, let's do this gig thing. Because now things have changed. Now artists no longer go for a full band. They're just cutting it down to just like a DJ and keyboard, just to give like a little feel at the end of the song. And I was like, okay, what do I do? But I already started modeling out when I wasn't in the country. So my agency I signed up with the first agency. They didn't get me gigs. I'm like, hi, bro. And I switched quickly. So there's this audition. It started in the morning. I don't know what you're busy with, but I know it's a last minute thing. If you can, please go and check it out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this person, and now I must drive and like,
find
what
a
time?
place.
What time is the last person supposed to be there? It's like 5 o'clock. I'm like, yo. So I remember I needed to fetch my wife. And then head to for the audition. So I'm like, yo, let's meet halfway. Picked up in town. I went there. When I got there, I saw like all my musician friends. It was like a reunion. Guys. And I was like, oh, let me go in and do my part and come out and catch up. So I did the audition. Like a week later, I got the call. Hey, you got the part.
What?
You know, I was there. We were doing shopping that time. And I thought it was like a couple of us who got the part. But when I got to the actual shoot,
It was only you.
It was just me.
Yeah.
Like I was the only drummer. And then they got another, I don't know, like a dancer and so part of that, it was like, it was amazing because when I heard it's for FIFA, what is it, 2023 or something?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but why is this doing this? This is actually, it's like you're in it, but the more you guys shoot, because we shot for like 7 days, it's like you start to see how big this thing is.
Yeah. Because I remember when you shot the video, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the more like it keeps rolling, the more you're like, wow, this thing is huge.
It's gonna be big.
What? So it was the experience of shooting. It felt like we were shooting a movie. But yeah, it was amazing, man. I got to meet like a lot of professional people who've been doing it. Some of them are professional actors. Some of them are professional modelers, because they actually flew somebody from Canada to just do like a small part. And then
Yeah.
and there was another one who was just an extra, but they flew them in, but they were just like an extra in the video. So I was like one of the main frontline people with the leads.
Look, the camera was on you, bro. The camera was just on you.
Yeah. So they used green screen. I wasn't there with Messi and Neymar. I wish I was. Yeah. But some people, when they asked me, yo, were you in Qatar? I'm like,
Yeah, what's that? Right in the front.
I was in Qatar, man. It happened. Why do you take selfies with Messi? Bodyguards.
Easy.
Yeah. You shoot, you can't even touch them. But at the end, I tell them, because I just tell them now, it was shot in Cape Town. So all the international gigs are shot in Cape Town, and then the local ones, they shoot them in Johannesburg. So
Okay, interesting. There I was thinking you were there. So I didn't know.
Like that.
Yes, you didn't hear the green screen partner. My guy was there. He was there.
Yeah.
Then how do you prepare mentally for big shows? And spiritually as well.
Spiritually, obviously, you pray. For me, let me not say obviously, because I mean, a lot of people do it differently. Some, they need a quick fix, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Some, they need alcohol to keep them calm. Like, I need wine. I need to smoke weed to really keep calm. For me, I pray. But even today, I can't eat before like doing like a big gig. But like over the years now, I just eat, bro. I nibble. I don't really eat too. I just like nibble, just to like chill.
Yeah.
And then after, I'm like, yo, I saw there was a platter there. I need food, because now we talking and stuff. But that's how I prepare. Just like do like a few rudiments. That's like your warm ups. And yeah, man, like most of the work happens in your own practice space and in rehearsal where you lock it in. Mentally, you get used to it. It was tricky at first when I started gigging, but you get used to it. Like you get used to it. You know what to avoid. You know which phone call not to answer before a gig.
Before the gig.
Who not to talk to before the gig, because they're gonna mess you up.
Energy.
And I mean, some energies are transferred, man. If somebody calls you with sad news, if somebody calls you with an emergency to say, hey, you're gonna be drumming, but you're gonna miss a lot of parts. And I think also it did happen. I did experience that, where I did a couple of gigs where like I had a lot in my head, and therefore you don't really gel with the band. And that now the guys start saying, nah man, this guy is not, we don't feel
him.
We want another drummer, you know. And it leads to that if you don't know what to protect your mind from because
before.
the people you're working with, they might not get it. But at the end of the day, it's business. It's like, look, bro, we're here for the money. This gig has to happen.
You can't mess
We need
up
to get
us.
paid.
Yeah.
And if you bring in that energy, and our energy is here, and your energy is here,
low.
bro, come on.
Yeah, you have to match up.
So yeah, that's what I do, man, to prepare for a gig. You just know, okay, don't touch your phone for now. Just check, okay, should I answer this? Sometimes it's tricky because you see this is an important call, and yeah. But yeah.
Okay. And then out of music, you went into fashion.
Modeling,
yeah. Okay, let's correct that. Modeling.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, and also touch on the brand that you're working with now, the student stuff.
So modeling, how I started, like a lot of people have been telling me, you tall, you need to go into modeling.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it because sometimes people see what you don't see. Like you take that as a communication from God.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people will tell you, hey, start a podcast, or hey, why don't you start like a group where you're gonna be motivating people? I know you're into HR, but like
try something.
You like I'm just remembering now. I remember that you in HR. So somebody will be like, hey, you do things different in HR. Like you'd hear it from a couple of people before it happens.
Yeah.
So it was the same with me. I heard it from like a lot of people before I took the decision to say, okay, cool, I'm gonna get into modeling, join an agency that side, but I really never got gigs. Actually, a friend of mine doesn't even know I joined an agency. But what we did, there was a lady who ran his own fashion line, and she was like the first. So I stayed in Abu Dhabi, and she stayed in Dubai. So it's the same distance. Abu Dhabi and Dubai. It's Pretoria and Joburg.
Yeah. Okay.
And the same vibe. It's like Abu Dhabi's PTA. It's very chilled, more family.
Yeah.
And then Dubai and Joburg, it's the same. It's busy. Everybody's there for the money.
You want money.
It's that. And same distance.
Yeah.
An hour, 30 minutes, depending on where you're from. So she's like, hey, you say you want to get into modeling? Sure. I have this fashion line. Let's shoot. And a friend of mine, Yeni, he's a good photographer. So he's like, yeah, sure, man. Let's make this happen. And then I started with my first studio shoot. I got a nice response. One guy, he's from America, Pastor Ed. He said, hey, I'm gonna buy you a suit. I want to invest. I want you to take this serious and be accountable. When you see this suit, you must remember that somebody invested and you don't just do this for fun. So he bought me my first suit, and somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna hire you a Tesla. And then we did a shoot. Actually, Yeni got the Tesla, and we did that shoot. And it just like people, the response made me want to go deep into it. So when I moved back to SA, cool, I did that Budweiser and a few gigs. But when Suit and stuff, Osman, when we did the first shoot, he just liked me. He's like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna work with anybody else moving forward.
Yeah.
I thought he was kidding. But 3 years later, we still pushing together. So he has a different style because his like market is outside the country. Not that he doesn't cater for like South Africa, but
I'm not surprised.
A lot of people like they from outside the country. A lot of politicians go to him for big events.
Yeah.
Now like well-known people there also, and he started catering for like metric dance suits and all that. So that's why he's a suit and stuff, because even ladies he caters for him. So that's how I got in. It was just like that thing that we just clicked. We just clicked.
Well, the brand sells beautifully tailored suits.
Yeah, the price is nice.
The price is really nice.
It's nice.
It's really nice. Trust me, you have to go check it out. It's amazing. And give Keneilwe a big shout out because he's doing amazing on social.
Give me a shout out, right?
Yeah, just go out there and check out him.
Just tell him like, I saw this guy's post. And
then that's how I ended up here. So yeah. And the next question that I have is on your relocation to Dubai. The journey to go there and everything else. So the next set of questions will be centered around that.
Okay.
And when you decided to relocate, how did you break the news to your family? And at the time, you were still dating Shoki, ne?
Yeah.
How did you break the news?
So at that time, what happened is it's the same thing. Going back to faith, I was still. It got me in a time where I felt like SA wasn't enough for me.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go international. Just like most musicians, I know they want to also break out. But in my head, it was more of going to America. But I ended up in the Middle East, in the UAE. So, Yeni, he was already that side. He was working for Warner Brothers World, this other theme park. And he called another friend of mine, but that guy wasn't available for the gig because he has a stable job. He sorted this side, and music for him is really like a side thing. It's like, but you can hit up this guy because we did back then Trace. I don't know if Trace still plays on TV.
Yeah.
There was a gig that we did where it needed like street drumming and performance at the same time. So Yeni hits me up. He links me up with the manager. They're like, hey, we're looking for somebody here at Warner Brothers World. There's a new show that we started and we need a drummer. Oh, okay, I'm down for it. Where's the UAE, by the way? So they just say Dubai. So a lot of people think Dubai is a country.
Yeah.
Dubai is UAE. Inside UAE is Dubai.
You find Dubai.
Abu Dhabi. You find Dubai. So the quickest way for them to just say, like, bring me up to speed, they're like, no, it's in Dubai. But when I got there, it's in Abu Dhabi. So it's like, so there was like an hour phone call. He was just breaking down what's going to happen. At the end of the phone, he's like, hey, can you act? He's like, do you know how to act? I'm like, no, I can try. It's like, send me a short video tomorrow. Okay, cool. Like, fam, what am I going to do? I came up with my own concept. Dude, I look at that video today, I'm like, KB, but you can't act. Yes. Oh, you can't. But he's all potential. And he's like, yeah, this will do. And the first 3 months, they just shaped that. You know, they shaped that. So I was now acting and playing drums. And I had to like develop an American accent because Warner Brothers World is an American brand.
Yeah.
So it has to be the same as, it shouldn't be different from America or even Japan or wherever. They still need that accent.
Yeah, do you still have the accent?
I don't have that accent. You know, my first shows, couple of shows, I was stressed out because I couldn't focus on drumming and acting. I was focused on the accent. Because I'm like, fam, my T's had to change into D's. Yeah, Tess. Like, you just say Tess. You don't know what to say because I'm trying to think of a word that, like, I remember I was like, hey, this is off, my boy. What is this, man? The whole show. Like tornado. You see in South Africa say tornado, but you need to emphasize the R, like twist your tongue in a certain way. The tornado is coming or whatever. I can't even do it because I've been back in Hesse. But that's how frustrating it was. But because a lot of people were from America and they could easily, even Yeni, he helped me a lot. You know, Yeni really, he held my hand when I was that side, that homie of mine.
Is he still that side?
Yeah, he's still that side. That was that, man. The experience was great because, I mean, working for a big brand and then,
Yeah. And how did your family take it?
Were
they welcoming to, excited?
They were
scared?
excited. I think each and every gig that I got, me and my family, we celebrated it. I remember Cresta called me. He's like, hey, there's a new artist coming up. They're going to need a drummer. Later on, we discover, actually, the lady who was helping her, the helper that we had at our house, she knew Amanda Black because our first rehearsal was at my garage. And when they left, she's like, is that Amazulu? I didn't even know her.
Yeah.
And I was like, now when I started Googling, I'm like, what? And then I told the family, they were excited. Same with the Cassper gig, same with the Java gig, and other gigs I've worked with Bukhale, and a few couple of upcoming artists. We've always celebrated that. So with the UAE, it was a celebration as well. So yeah, and then it clicked when I was at the airport that, oh snap, you're actually leaving. And everyone was crying and stuff. But yeah, they were excited.
Yeah, amazing. And living in a foreign country can be both exciting and isolating. How did relocating really impact your mental health?
So when I got there, UAE, it's a Muslim country. For me, as a Christian, I was scared that, hey, what if, I'm going to have to convert. Yeah. What if I'm going to have to? So the first thing when I got there, the first 3 months, it was really to settle. They understand relocating can be a lot. My first month, I think the first week I spent it in fasting and prayer. Just, for God to help me to maneuver, The second time around, it was hard because it's really hot that side. It can get up to 40 degrees and more. So I was still trying to get used to that. I was trying to get used to the culture. So it felt a little bit like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Before I even started the gig, I was like, no, I think I want to go home. But it was just the beginning, just like any other new thing.
Yeah,
it's hard at the beginning. So I only felt it at the beginning. And then the rest was just excitement. And
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. I guess like being in a foreign country where you don't know anyone, they speak a different language. The culture is nothing to what you know. Can really make you feel like, did I really make the right choice?
Exactly.
But I'm glad you found your feet and you made a mark. You came back with a lot of experience.
Made a mark. COVID happened, so my contract, you know what? I was like, Warner Brothers is so cool, man. I had a 6 months contract and they extended it to a year. And they were still like, it wasn't hard for them to extend the contract. It's like, hey, do you want to continue? Okay, let's go. Hey, you still want to do this? Okay, let's go. As long as you had the energy. They were cool like that. But when COVID happened, it's entertainment. There's the disadvantage.
People don't go out.
That's where they start cutting. They're like, hey, we're like, oh, it's okay. I saved up enough. Oh, we understand. So instead of me going back home, Yeni and I decided to stay. That's when like really life started. Where I really explored the UAE, going to back and forth, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. We traveled a lot. That's where I gained my experience of like being a photographer, a music producer. Like I was telling Ken earlier on that I was like handling lighting and C-stands, like inventory when it came to like the equipment that they were using at that time. And a big shout out to Sean Barco. That guy took us in, man. Because when a company says, okay, the contract ends, they give you like a month and then they give you a ticket back. But it's like, yo, you guys, look, I'm starting this big thing. I want Abu Dhabi to be the LA of the UAE. So this is what I'm studying. Are you guys interested? And he had the resources. And I remember when we met him, all I wanted to do was just to record another drum cover, just to stay in touch, because now I was focusing too much on acting and street drums and performing. And when we sat down with him and he was breaking down the vision and he had faith in us, he's also a guy who's like, look, bro, I'm going to make it happen with or without you type of vibe. And he took us in, man. He took us in. We pushed with him. He had a couple of courses that he bought online. He just pumped us with information.
Amazing.
And I'd say Sean really unlocked K-Beat.
Nice.
He really unlocked K-Beat. And I think, I still want to go back to the UAE. It's going to happen. But that's the one guy, him and his wife, Cece, who like I really take my head off and say, yo, man, they pushed me, man. They pushed us, So that's when I now started modeling. Like they really unlocked a lot of things. So in this
possibilities were endless.
In this journey, I've worn like a lot of hats. Today I'm in modeling. Tomorrow I'm in marketing. No, tomorrow I'm behind the scenes. Now I'm editing, and music production. yeah, man, living at the studio was everything. So, hey, man, shout out to them.
And then out
Big
of the
shout out.
UAE came Rhythm of the Heart.
Bro, they also influenced that with the resources they gave us and what they believed. Like, hey, you guys can actually start this.
Yeah.
Because Yenny used to DJ at Warner Brothers World. If he wasn't acting, he was DJing.
He was DJing.
Yeah, MC and DJing. So he taught me how to DJ, and excuse me. So I got into that, but then he came up with this idea to say, hey man, we can actually play percussion while playing. And then when two heads came together, ideas, I also expanded it to say, how about we get this and this and this instead of getting a full drum kit? We can do this. And then we started buying instruments. And then we fasted and prayed for this concept.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think fasting and praying has always been like a foundation for me to say, okay, here's an idea, but before we start, let's fast and pray.
Yeah, let's speak to God about it.
It's always been like that foundation. We did that, and it took off. It took off as if because we've never done a small gig. I think the biggest gig we've done. Okay, all the gigs we did have been major. Like, the tallest fountain in the world is found in Dubai. And we got the chance to open and close
At
that show while the Prince was there looking, like, watching our performance. We did Formula One. When they cheated Lewis Hamilton, he's gonna listen. Hey, he's coming back, y'all. He's in Ferrari now, but hey, let me not get emotional with F1. But we opened and closed down that show.
Yeah.
When Max won, and we did GITEX. It's a huge tech event that happens annually. We've been doing that. We did for 2 years straight, and a lot of gigs that we did. And Nike. Sorry, there's an app called Nemshi.
Yeah.
But it has I don't know if I should say Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, and the rest of them. Actually, let me not say Nike because that was a different gig. We did a concert where they were starting this, I don't know, a new brand, but they sponsored us with all Tommy Hilfiger stuff, and we closed down that show. All the concert that we did, even with Nike, they were like, we want you guys to close this.
Amazing.
And most of our gigs were in Dubai, but we stayed in Abu Dhabi. So it was like a big concept that it's still gonna push. It's just like a few things, but it's still gonna come back. It's gonna come back. I see a lot of people doing DJ drums, but yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end of our conversation.
No, I thought we were only getting started. Okay.
I really enjoyed this, and just maybe before we give you an opportunity to give our viewers at home a penny drop moment. I just wanna know what is next for K Beat.
What's next for K Beat? Hey man, I was talking to your husband earlier on, saying I've been cooking a few things, and I think I'm ready to shoot a couple of stuff. But okay, what's next for me? I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing, which is drums. I have a few tracks that I wanted to release. It's more of Afro dance music because that's the genre that I really enjoy listening to, and I feel like it's a sound that doesn't expire, you know. A lot of people in Spain, UK, everywhere, they listen to dance music. I have a few tracks where I'm still deciding, do I push more in modeling or do I go here or take this route?
Yeah.
But K-Beat is still going to be doing drums. K-Beat is still going to be modeling. Butlale released an album and I was part of that, of the whole project. I don't know if you've heard a few songs.
There's a Sedilaka in there. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
So I've been doing a lot of studio work, but I feel like, okay, I need to come out again, you know, even though the game is changing.
Yeah.
I still want to travel the world, whether it's through drumming or whatever, modeling. And K-Beat is still pushing his marketing company.
Yeah.
I started that, like I said, my mom pushed me into doing this. And I've been doing PR and marketing for a few companies, you know. So yeah, man, I'm still gonna be creative. I'm still gonna be pushing.
Amazing.
And yeah.
Yeah, great. And somewhere along the line, we need you to get to a point where you do a drumming school.
Drums? Oh yeah, I stopped that actually. I stopped that. I do it like as a special thing for now, because I feel like okay, firstly, it takes up a lot of time,
Yeah.
right? You spend an hour or two with students, or 45 minutes, the preparation. And so when you schedule like 5 students in a day and they want to be taught by KB,
Yeah, not anybody else.
not anybody else, it's like, yeah, you're going to say, okay, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's all happened. And 1, 2, 3, and 3, and 4. And that's so imagine doing that first 45 minutes and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. The time I finish, my voice is like burned out. So I put that on pause, but I do it like for like
special occasions.
Yeah, advanced, or okay, I see this person is serious, and then I just charge them. I'm like, okay, if you're serious, let's do it for 6 months. I'm going to charge you this amount for 6 months. So it's something I'm planning to do later on. Another long-term plan for me, which is like low-key, it's IT. Yeah, I learned IT on the ground. So I just feel just to get like papers for that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start studying that because already I'm doing like a few stuff when it comes to IT. But yeah, that's what's happening in my life.
Amazing. We pray and hope that God keeps on pouring into your life.
Yeah, and give me the strength for that.
Yeah, please, and the finances that come with
and the
all
finances.
of that. Yeah. How do people find you on social media?
Oh, so social media, it's at kbeat, KBEAT_drum. That's on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Facebook, it's Keneilwe Kbeat Lucy, but same handle, kbeat_drum. Facebook, Twitter, sorry, not Twitter, I'm not on Twitter. Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I think somebody hacked my thingy, my Twitter account. So I was somewhere like, oh, it's fine because you see different posts. Because going back to modeling, there were some people who were using my pictures. So
no way.
Yeah, because I have some CEO shoot where I'm like shirtless.
Yes.
So yeah, like people started using those pictures. But like growing spiritually, I figured like I was finding myself when I was doing like shirtless shoots. But growing spiritually, I'm like, okay, let me cut this a little bit for the sake of, because sometimes you need to be considerate.
Yeah,
I know we in the times where people say, nah, bro, I'm gonna do me. It's me, it's my body. I'll wear this. But for somebody else, I know it's really like triggering their weakness, and they just recovered from that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took down my Calvin Klein shoots. I took down my other shirtless stuff.
Pictures,
Just
suit and stuff, right?
Just the fact that I was just being considerate. So so people took those pictures and they used it for whatever. Maybe I'm on Tinder, I don't know.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So as we sign out, we generally leave the people with words of wisdom or words that have carried you. It can be a scripture, it can be a book, it can be anything that you use to ground yourself. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to give our viewers at home a penny drop moment.
Penny drop moment.
Let's go.
Okay, I have a few because, hey man, I talk a lot to a lot of people. Okay, what do I have on my WhatsApp status? Check what I have right now quickly on my WhatsApp status.
What do we have?
What do we have? On my WhatsApp, not status, on my WhatsApp bio. I think, because I always tell people to do everything from their heart, but I don't want to misquote that because it's a scripture that I got. Actually, let me check. I have my phone on me.
Let's see. Well, Keneilwe is checking for that penny drop that's going to leave you motivated and carry you into the week. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on YouTube as Mindfulness Beyond the Mind podcast, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, Mindfulness Beyond the Mind. So please follow us, leave us a comment, and we appreciate those who have already subscribed, have their notification bell on to know the next time we upload an installment. I'm not going to say goodbye now. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do a penny drop, and then we'll sign out together.
Okay, cool. Okay, it goes like this. It says, before you do anything, check your heart and make sure you do it out of love. Wow. Because at the end of the day, man, love conquers all. So before you do anything, check your heart. Your heart, you're checking your motives. Yeah. Sometimes you say hello to a guy, hello to a girl, but you know what you want out of it. Sometimes you you start up silly conversations, knowing what you want to stir up.
Yeah.
So just check your heart before you do anything. And when you do it, just do it out of love. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Take that and run with it into your new week. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.